is CNN political commentator Michael Smerconish. He is the host of CNN's Smerconish. Michael, wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's talk about Pennsylvania. I mean, honestly, we could probably do every political segment from here until Election Day on Pennsylvania, because at the end of the day, it might be the entire ball game. What are you hearing? What are you seeing? What do you think it's going to come down to here?
So to your point about good to see you, by the way. Thank you, Kasie, for having me back. To your point about just how close the race is, Real Clear Politics, as of this moment in time, says 47.2 to 47.2 in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It can't get much more close than that. Tim Walz, Governor Walz, why is he in Erie? Because Erie, as you well know, is one of those bellwethers. If you win Erie, Pennsylvania, you're going to win the Commonwealth. And if you win the Commonwealth, chances are you're going to win the presidency. Can I put on your radar the concern that I have about where this is all going? Because the pre-canvassing process doesn't begin until 7 a.m. on Election Day. They can't touch those mail-in ballots until that morning at 7 a.m. This is one of the reasons why in 2020, you'll remember, Wolf Blitzer called the race the Saturday after the election. And I'm really concerned that if it's in the end as close as people envision, and if it comes down to Pennsylvania, that we could have a process where there's a window of ballot counting where a lot of disinformation, misinformation is spread, not only by domestic forces, political parties, one perhaps more than the other, but look at what the Russians and the Iranians are up to. There's like this perfect storm that's brewing. And if I'm hoping for one thing as we are 9 weeks out, it's that there be a decisive outcome one way or the other so that we're not having to pick up the pieces and figure out who's telling the truth.
Yeah, Michael, I mean, what do you think the likelihood is of that at this point? I mean, candidly, when Biden was at the top of the ticket, this race was increasingly becoming not a close one. It seemed clear that Trump was on track to win. That's not the case now. And we've heard Trump start to use some of the language that, honestly, it has echoes to what we heard him saying back in 2020 as that week basically was unfolding between Election Day and that call on Saturday. And yeah, I barely slept that week, as I'm sure you didn't too, as we were all covering it. There are definitely some signposts that show that we may be facing a period where, again, it's not just people on the outside, but potentially one of the major candidates themselves.
Totally. And I think that it becomes incumbent upon all of us in the media, those of us with platforms, to educate the public about the fact that if there's not a decisive outcome that night, it doesn't mean that there's been shenanigans involved. We remember the red mirage and the blue wave, right? Because so many more Democrats were voting by absentee ballot in that 2020 cycle, and many of us tried to educate people, don't go looking at the initial returns as they come in that Tuesday night and think that's the victor, because this thing is going to have to play itself out. I don't think there'll be as much mail-in voting in this cycle as that cycle, because that was the pandemic. I might be wrong, because more Republicans are now receptive to voting by mail. But this is a really important issue, and I think that for the next several weeks, the media need to be talking about it so that people understand and are prepared to watch these events play out.
Michael, since you are so focused on Pennsylvania and we could all be watching it on election night, you mentioned a red mirage. Are we going to see a red mirage, a blue mirage initially out of Pennsylvania?
I think that we could see a red mirage because more will probably be Democrats who are waiting and voting by mail, Republicans who are doing so old school, showing up on Election Day. So the initial burst, there's going to come that moment 9 weeks, I guess, from this past Tuesday when we're watching CNN and there will be the big board and John King's going to be standing in front of that map. Just wait, hang in until the events play out. And by the way, one other thing, and it's Pennsylvania focused, what does this all mean if it's really 47.2 to 47.2? It means that Tuesday night is damn important. And by the way, where's that debate taking place? In Pennsylvania.
Obviously. And where is Kamala Harris parked? Pittsburgh, while she prepares. Michael Smerconish,
right.
So grateful to have you. See you next Friday, I hope. And don't miss
Kasie,
Smerconish. All right. And we've got a new book for you, Smercomics. It's available for pre-order now. I love it. I'll have to send me one. And for our viewers, of course, Smerconish is tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern right here on CNN. Don't miss it.